I mean, there are...
The game is afoot. Not a word. Into your clothes and come.
Ooh, mysterious. Also, I do need a break, Mr.
I'll
Holmes.
wait for you in the sitting room. I've just received a note from Inspector Lestrade, a letter from the suburbs. He is in need of my presence. Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view of a story
Toby.
instead of a scientific exercise.
Oh, Holmes, you...
I beg your pardon, I digress. It would be much better to examine this letter than to try to convince you.
We are taking a bathroom break, and I'll be back. She's there. Oh. Times of the day.
I agree with you, Toby, that Watson's shoe...
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
No,
I
want
agree
to
with
Toby.
you, Toby, that Watson's shoe is preferable to Mrs. Hudson's cold cuts.
Mean. Poor Mrs. Hudson.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Mr. Holmes, today is the very first time that I have been allowed to write a single letter, and you are the first person to whom I wish to address. I repent all that I have done, but at the same time I find myself grateful for your uncovering the truth, and has given me an enormous life lesson. Also, thank you for my conditional sentence, for soon I may be able to live a fulfilling life once again, and not be condemned by society. Good for you.
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
Where is it? No. Baker Street, London, Sherlock
A
Holmes.
wax seal with the monogram E.B. The Brackenstall family coat of arms.
Muy so. Can we open it?
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter.
M.A. Grange, Marsham, Kent, 3:30 a.m. Thank you for telling me you were writing a letter at 3:30 a.m. My dear Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad of your immediate assistance in what promises to be a most remarkable case. It is something quite in your line. Except for releasing the lady, I will see that everything is kept as I have found it. But I beg you not to lose an instant. It is difficult to leave Sir Eustace there. Yours faithfully, Inspector Lestrade.
So, what is it, Holmes?
Promising, as always, it appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the E.B. monogram, their coat of arms. The crime was committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly tell?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade. He wrote his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events before that. The local police had to be called in. Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make haste there, and finally compose the letter he sent to me. All of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he released.
That seems to indicate that she had been held somewhere during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and go to Abbey Grange immediately. I live in hope of an interesting morning.
Anything to make your morning interesting, dear Holmes. But first, I would like to get dressed.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very
Here
glad
we
that you
are.
have come, but perhaps I should not have troubled you after all.
And why is that?
Lady Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewisham gang of burglars?
What, the three Randalls?
Exactly. The father and two sons. It's their work. They stole a silver service, which is of great value.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead, then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady.
Thank you for
She has had
stating
a
the
most
obvious.
dreadful experience. She was assaulted and tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Nice house.
Baron Lyndon Brackenstall.
Oof.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall. Lord Ramsay Brackenstall. Lord Brigham Brackenstall.
Why are they so scary? Why are they have? Why does they have red eyes?
Sir
All of them.
Warthen Brackenstall. Lord George Brackenstall. The Brackenstall family seems rather austere.
Old money.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Speaking of
I'm
red
assisting
eyes.
Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
You're
I
now a rich
suppose
widow.
that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
Is this gonna be the case of he gave her a black eye so she killed him and then blamed the burglars? Very possible. But also a bit too obvious, to be honest. I hope it's not that. I hope it's something more interesting than just wife killing him in self-defense. And us left to come up with a different solution to cover it up. Australian origin. Elegant dress. Wedding ring. Oh, yeah. He was probably an abusive ass.
Can you describe to me the events
And
of
deserved.
yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary?
To have his
I have already told
head
Inspector
knocked off.
Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and, oh God,
Please, go on.
as I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist, and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders?
Yes, I think he had heard them, for he was holding his stick. But they were 3, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these 3 villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard, but you can see for yourself in the dining room.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk, and he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again.
She is very pretty,
Sir
though.
Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
I'd
Your
say.
ladyship?
Your ladyship. I hope someone else can be blamed for his murder. Family business booming. The Randall gang is back on the street. Less than a fortnight ago, this infamous family of burglars, the Randalls as they're known, made their appearance by the way of brutal but successful intrusion into one of the wealthiest homes in Sydenham. The police are already on their trail. However, the details of the crime are being kept confidential, including that of the name of the victim. A witness was able to provide a precise description of all 3 men, and this will surely give the police a chance to complete their profile on this family of delinquents. We would take the liberty of reminding our esteemed readers about this highly dangerous band and to provide the full description as it is available at this moment. The gang has been in business for some considerable time, being a family of 3, a father and his 2 sons. The elder Jack Randall is a man in his 40s and only gray-haired, well of average height and build. Being the mastermind behind the burglaries, he retains control over his sons, both of whom are close in age. Average height and build. But a very different appearance. The first son, William Randall, is tall and broad-shouldered with a small, disproportionate head. The younger brother, Malvin Randall, is a somewhat weaker constitution and as skinny as a rake. The gang is wanted not only for their frequent thefts and break-ins, but for the exceptionally brutal pirate career they enjoyed before returning to England. Be alert and you may well stay safe.
The description of the Randall gang provided by Lady Brackenstall is identical to the one in the Times article.
Probably because they never saw him. She never saw them.
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. A trapper's hut.
Oh.
This is Sir...
Oh, sorry.
This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it. This photograph of Lady Brackenstall and her maid Teresa was taken at a port, but which one?
It's kind of funny. How the faces were photoshopped to the photograph. Rocco.
So the lady and her maid
Italy.
came from Australia a year and a half ago on this ship.
Adelaide. Is she really her maid, though? I kind of hope there's a different explanation, but it feels like the two girls just entered the asshole and then trying to find a different explanation for it.
Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir. As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate.
Did you know?
But I thought nothing of it at the time. Oh, if I'd known.
And then?
I went to bed, and it was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
Your ladyship. Also, nice picture with the doggy. Oof, oof.
You should
Hello.
examine the body of Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
Yes, I shall.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was
Too
facing
bad.
his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
That must be the murder weapon. The head was cracked with the force of the blow.
Deserved.
Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress.
He had time to put his pants and suspenders, though?
Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation. It appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me.
Interesting. Who is taller than you?
A fur trader's cabin.
Three glasses.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
Beeswing.
This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing.
What's a beeswing? Second glass form and porter and some other wines after long keeping. It consists of pure, shining scales of tartar, supposed to resemble the wing of a bay. A film of shining scales of tartar form and porter and some other wines after long keeping, very thin, filmy pieces of bread. Oh.
There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear.
Indeed.
A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. Chateau Calon-Ségur, French wine, Grand Cru. Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail.
Toby.
I will take it with me.
Toby. But also, if someone taller and then Sherlock got the rope, I don't think it could have been Lady and her maid.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to.
Because at first I thought, okay, she kills her husband and then they stage the scene and her maid ties her to the chair to stage the scene.
A deer
Maybe
hunt.
not, maybe not. Hopefully not. This is the one case when I would really like to be wrong. And for it to not be his wife.
Antique hunting weapons. The hunting scene.
Yeah, lots of hunting stuff in here.
A trapper's hut. A trapper's hut.
Angry men and their obsession with hunting. Obsession with murder.
These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France.
France.
An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents.
Does sure appear so.
This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen.
Indeed. You'd think they wouldn't pick just one thing to steal. No, something else here. Candlestick, green. Silver box.
An empty...
What is this?
These wine bottles are... These wine... A bottle of wine is missing here.
Missing
The
here.
criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware.
Exactly. Which is sus.
The hunting scene. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
But why? Nice garden. You wish I had a garden like this to sit out and read. I wonder how her being Australian is gonna tie into all this. And the connection with the... Is it gonna be like she hired sailors to murder him instead of just doing it herself?
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
Your
That's strange.
ladyship?
Please leave my Mary alone. She's suffered so much she deserves some rest.
Let us try to open this safe. This safe can be cracked. I only have to pay attention. The dial will vibrate when it is set to the correct number.
Okay. How will it vibrate though? Okay. Very literally, it's gonna vibrate. Nice. Money. Let's take them
It
all.
is common practice to keep one's valuables in a safe behind a painting. It should not really pose a challenge for a criminal. Antique coins, possibly of value, but they're scattered without care.
So it would be very strange for them not to open the safe. They were experienced burglars. Sir Eustace, your current physical and mental state is of great concern. There are several signs of hepatic decompensation. The last time that we met, your eyes were bloodshot and your skin was tinged with yellow. There's a particular odor from your breath, which is common in those suffering from liver damage. Then there are lung abscesses that we have discussed. The leg cramps you have described to me are caused by an alteration to the nervous system, in which in turn is caused by an excess of alcohol. That includes the tremors. Your liver seems excessively hard at the time of your examination, which is a sign of an evolving cirrhosis. There are also signs of ascites, fluid in the peritoneal cavity, which are evident with your swollen stomach. The pain beneath your left rib indicates a pancreatic malady, which may lead to fatal and fulminant pancreatitis. Your condition may pose a risk to others. Your excessive alcohol consumption lowers your self-control and heightens your aggression. I am available to help you with this problem. There are a number of treatment options. Huh. Good doctor.
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Toby! Time. It's time for Toby. Also, judging by the sounds of the letter, you could have let him die quite soon on his own. Toby. Toby, my friend.
Come on, Toby. We need the best nose in the British Empire on this case.
I love you, Toby. Ah, Toby! He's riding in the carriage with us. Cab, sorry. Best boy.
Search, Toby.
No, I'm Toby! This is the best part of the game. Woof!
The intruders entered the shed for some reason when they were making off with the silverware.
This does not look good. If they didn't leave the premises.
The scent leads to the well. I should check it.
Do I get to switch to Sherlock though? To check it? Or do we check everything afterwards?
The intruder's trail is lost behind this wall.
Good boy, Toby.
The criminals left the house through the French window. They walked to the shed, then across to the well, before fleeing by climbing over the wall. I wonder why they chose such a winding route.
Exactly. Let's check. The shed first.
This hook might be useful.
Hook.
Bags of seed. Some empty bags were recently moved. Small gardening tools, nothing of great interest. This old suitcase sounds hollow. It must be empty.
Okay, I guess he checked everything. Ooh, silver.
There's something glittering at the bottom there, but how can I reach it? The bucket can be easily removed. The wheel handle is old and rusty. It seems to be used infrequently.
They stored the silver in the well. Did not take it with them. Does not bode well for our widow, does it?
Silverware. This is hardly a coincidence. The Brackenstall coat of arms. It appears that we have found the stolen silverware.
Let's go perform analysis first. Before we make any conclusions. Or deductions, should I say.
Let us see how the rope was cut. The fibers at the end of the rope are smoothly cut. Let us try to find out what tool was used to cut the rope. The fibers from this cut appear to be different. If I cut the rope with a knife, it matches the original.
Great scientific method.
Brave Toby, the best nose in the British Empire.
She's just there. Who are we need to talk about? The medical report is a question. Lestrade? Not the maid. I think the wife and both the wife and the maid did not have anything else to say to me.
What do you know about Sir Eustace, Inspector? What was his reputation?
A charming man when sober, but an absolute demon when he was drunk.
Hmm.
In such moments he was apparently capable of anything. Why, once he splashed fuel on Lady Brackenstall's dog and set it alight. Another
He
day
did what?
threw a decanter of wine at Miss Wright's head.
The alcohol seemed to madden him.
Well, he
To the
deserved to
point
die.
that we were forced to intervene several times to avoid a scandal.
Huh.
Inspector, I have recovered the stolen silverware.
You are a wizard, Mr. Holmes. And where is it?
In the garden well.
Excuse me?
Unique, isn't it?
Rather absurd. What is the point of stealing silverware and then throwing it down into a well?
Perhaps it was used as a temporary hiding place, or simply the thieves wanted to get rid of it. It is up to us to solve this mystery.
Anything else to say? Yes, apparently.
We found your silverware, Lady Brackenstall. It had not been taken very far.
Is that true? I am very thankful to you, Mr. Holmes.
Your ladyship? Sir Eustace's doctor speaks of his violent behaviour.
Yes, Sir Eustace was an extremely violent man. A detestable human being, to be more precise. It is true
Don't hold back.
that he once threw a decanter at me, and all because I dared to stand up to him in defence of my mistress. Sly devil. God forgive me that I should speak of him so now that he's dead, but a devil he was, if ever one walked the earth. We met him only 18 months ago. She'd only just arrived in London. Yes, it was her first voyage. She'd never been from home before. Wonder with his title and his money and his false London ways. If she made a mistake, she has paid for it, if ever a woman did. She doesn't have any friends here, so it was specially hard for her.
We found your mistress's silverware.
Oh, that's good news. You really are as clever as they say.
Indeed.
Indeed. You really are as clever as they say. Indeed. Hmm? So we have one missing. Okay. Not a draw. No. I wanted to put this one. No. What does this mean? There were 3 people drinking wine out of these glasses. One of them, 3 probably first wine with peace. There are 2 people drinking wine out of these glasses. The remaining glass with their peace wine consisted solely for the dregs from other 2 glasses. Maybe. Oh, did not mean to do that. Death of Sirius could have been due to accidentally striking his head on a fireplace gate. Could be, but was it? Was it is the question. Hmm. Hmm. Robbers confirmed the motive of the crime. The criminals may have plans to return for the silver that they dumped. The robbery could have been imitated to explain Sir Eustace's death. The silver was not supposed to be found. What else? What else? Randall's blame the robbery was faked and the whole story invented to order blame is on Randall's. I kinda wanna go with this one for now. But it's not connecting with anything, does it? I don't think it's just gonna be due to an accidental strike inside the fireplace gate. What happens if I do this? Nothing happens. What happens if I do this? Also, nothing happens. What else? Their was cut with a sharp knife and tied in a sailor knot to indicate that it had a sailor background. Okay. Two people. That he was. And what is this? Just remember one person who was visiting that night. It was he who tied up Lydia. Maybe. Maybe. Lydia, because Mary tries shortly after arriving in England, remained at home during that time. There's little possibility she had remained. Maybe. Uh-huh. So there's a sailor we're gonna blame this all on. The person who was visiting the night was probably a sailor. Look for a sailor. Excuse me? Did I not? Yes. Workouts. Art and architecture, economic science, technology, history, medicine, plant hormones. Oh, there we go. 1893. There we go. The Strand. Arrival of the Rock of Gibraltar. Is ship returned. Bulk carrier from the Adelaide, Southampton, London line. Gunner building, James Street, London, has returned from a 6-month voyage to India, New Zealand, and Australia. The ship brought to England Miss Mary Fraser, the heiress of the Fraser family, owning land and tin mines in Australia. This reportedly beautiful young lady is presently engaged to Sir Eustace Bleckenstall, one of the wealthiest gentlemen in Kent.
Here it is.
And what are we gonna do with this information now?
The shipping company, the Adelaide, Southampton, London line, and its address. Interesting. It must be the place where they keep the records, including the one for the crew of the Rock of Gibraltar.
I think that if you pretend you're from Scotland Yard, they'll give it to you without any problems.
But I have another solution. I'll call in the specialist. Wiggins, could you come upstairs, please?
Specialists.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
I need a register, my young friend. If you could borrow it, there will be half a guinea for every one of you. I need the crew list of the Rock of Gibraltar in 1893 and their current employment.
I'm straight on it, Mr. Holmes.
Do you really think they'll find it, Holmes?
My secret police is better than the Yard in many ways.
3 hours later.
Here it is, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you.
But we can't take it back. It's too risky.
Okay.
Put it on the table. I'll take care of it. Good work, young Wiggins.
I left it right on the table for you, sir.
This list shows the senior officers of the Rock of Gibraltar, on which Lady Brackenstall and her maid made their voyage. Lady Brackenstall does not know anyone in England. This must mean that someone on this list is our mysterious visitor.
Murder dates.
And these are the lists of the senior officers of the Adelaide, Southampton, London line ships. Let us find out who was in London upon November the 7th.
And it's southward. Departure from Adelaide. 94.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
Yeah.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Robert Charles.
This officer was on a ship that sailed half a month ago. He wasn't in London at the time of the crime.
Cocker Spaniel.
Mr. Jack Crocker was in London upon the date of the crime, and he is due to depart in 2 days.
Let's check everyone else for Herbert.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved.
And then we have Ernest.
This officer is still at sea, therefore he cannot be involved. Captain Jack Crocker is our mysterious visitor. He was the only one around at the time of the murder.
This Crocker, do you think...
It
Probably.
would be interesting to meet him. Our young friend should be able to find him. Wiggins, could you find a way to bring this Captain Crocker here to us?
Here? Holmes, that could be dangerous.
No
No, I
problem,
don't think
Mr.
so.
Holmes.
Mr. Holmes?
Ooh,
I
good
was
man.
informed that you were looking for me, and I'd like to know why.
Yes, it is important that we talk. You will soon understand why. You are acquainted with Lady Mary Brackenstall, are you not?
Yes, I think I do remember her. From when I was first officer, but I still don't see...
It seems your relationship went beyond that of mere passenger and
Did
first
it now?
officer.
How dare you?
Indeed, how reckless a feeling is love, particularly if one is prepared to commit a murder in its name.
Explain yourself this instant.
You are aware that the murder made the headlines of the morning press. You read the newspaper report, but to your dismay, found it much fabricated. Once you learned that I wanted to see you, you came straight away. You needed to know what I had found.
You... And what do you know?
That evening, you were with Lady Brackenstall, despite the danger.
I'm not afraid, Mr. Holmes. Besides, all of this is just guesswork.
You would be right if there was no evidence.
What then?
Ah. Honest and clever. Look. I'm feeling like it's gonna be another one of these cases when we let the murderer go. Because why not? Let him sail to never return.
Lady Brackenstall was tied to a chair on the night of the murder. And it was you who tied her up.
You call that evidence?
Yes, as she was tied with a sailor's knot. Your handiwork.
So, it's a sailor who's done it. That proves nothing, Mr. Holmes. I'm not the only sailor in London right now. Your theory is flawed anyway. On the night of the murder, I was aboard the Sharp. I was supervising the repair of a porthole.
At night.
It was an emergency. There was a leak. You can ask the ship's carpenter. He can confirm.
Nice.
I'm sure that he can.
Perfect. In that case, we have nothing more to talk about. Good evening, gentlemen.
Holmes, what should we do now? Would you like to check his alibi?
No, There is no doubt that these men will testify in his favor, and there will be no way to check.
So, what then?
So, we must work with what we have. We have all the puzzle pieces.
Now I understand why you dissected the bell rope.
Crocker is a fine man of the sea, aged in his 40s. He is a capable, honest man and well educated despite not being very wealthy. He was in haste and still he read this morning newspaper and cleaned his boots before heading out. And they really want to make them... make us like him. Crocker's lying his moment is clear. He appeared as soon as he heard that I was looking for him, thus signaling his guilt. Captain Kirk was aboard the Snap, and wasn't afraid to confront me at a confident demeanor. What happens if I say? Well, we get to the conclusion, but the captain is the killer. This Eustace was murdered by one person who was visiting that night. The murder is still an agile, high-ranking sailor. The murder was committed in self-defense. Jack Rock defended a woman against violent dipsomaniacal man. The mystery is solved, but you decide to keep it a secret. There is no need to inform the police.
Wiggins, could you ask Mr. Crocker to come here again, please?
Oh my god.
Right away.
Apparently in this game. Barely an hour has passed.
Why did you make me come here again, Mr. Holmes?
It is over. I know that it was you who killed Sir Eustace Brackenstall.
What?
I know, because of the height at which the rope was cut. The knife used was a sea knife. The knots were sailor's knots, and not least the sheer force that was put behind the killing blow. And because you are the only one who knows Lady Mary Brackenstall in London. And because you love her.
It's true.
It is time for you to tell us the whole truth.
I admit that I loved Mary madly from the first day that I met her. But I never did come to visit her, for I believed that she was in a happy household. When I talked to her maid, who told me everything, I was insane with rage. I was due to set sail for 6 months away. I wanted only to see her again. But it turned into a damnable nightmare when he barged in. He dared raise his hand to her. He was not even worthy of licking her boots.
True.
Oh, I regret nothing. I
I
admit
wouldn't
I
either.
killed the monster out of love for her. She will forgive me if she is able.
Lady Brackenstall already forgave you. She said nothing.
Mary.
But that makes her an accomplice as well as her maid. It places her in danger yet again.
Mr. Holmes.
You would not have managed to protect her.
Till I die, do you hear me? Here is a letter that sets everything clear. And it is the one that should be disclosed to the police. I am the only culprit. Mary had nothing to do with it.
But she still lied
Now
for
it
you.
is time to end this.
Yeah. Don't make me do this. Don't make me do this. I was so relaxed. Nice. Thank God.
Please forgive me, Captain Crocker. I wished only to test your sincerity, and your words and deeds have far exceeded my expectations. See here, Captain Crocker, we'll do this in due form of law. You are the prisoner. Watson, you are a British jury. Captain Crocker, the evidence shows that you acted without premeditation and used reasonable force to protect an innocent victim from her husband's brutality. Your devotion pushed you to attempt to kill yourself in order to protect the one you love. Now, what say you, gentlemen of the jury?
Not guilty, my lord.
Vox populi, vox dei. You are acquitted, Captain Crocker. So long as the law does not find some other victim, you are safe from me.
Mr. Holmes.
It is a great responsibility that I take upon
Indeed.
myself, but I will give Lestrade an excellent lead, and if he can't avail himself of it, I can do no more. Come back to your lady in a year, and may her future and yours justify us in the judgment which we have pronounced this night. Inspector, I'm afraid that the murderers have escaped us.
What? Do you mean to tell me that you failed? Never thought I'd live to see the day.
I mentioned the murderers, not the case. It is obvious that the crime was committed by 3 criminals who cannot be the Randalls.
You really think so?
You only need to find a gang of 3 thugs wandering around. I can trust you to do that.
If they exist, I'll catch them.
You'll find someone, I have no doubt of it. Goodbye, Inspector.
Sirius was murdered by Captain Jack Crocker, who was visiting Lady Brackenstall that night. They staged it as a robbery by the Randall gang. Crocker used his sea knife to cut the belt rope to tie the lady, and then hid the silver in the well. Jack Crocker defended a woman against a violent and just so many maniacal men, they have decided to keep it a secret. Huh. I guess it's the right answer. Although, I'm sure the moral choice to absolve is not always the right choice. But it's the one I will sleep with. Commiserative. And I think, Vox Populi, Vox Dei, we are about to end this for today. Wow, 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 wow. Yes. Let me. Time is it? Almost 9. One game. I'll be back.